The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles. And broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Wake up, Cowboys Nation. Welcome in to Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Nicole Hutchison, joined by Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, and Aisha Morrison. How y'all doing? It's Christmas!
It's about there.
Almost.
It's about there.
About what? Like
It's Christmas time.
36 hours till Christmas?
2 days.
Y'all, it's insane how fast this year went by.
Very much so.
I know, right? It is. Y'all got a lot of energy? Are y'all sure?
Yeah, more importantly, it's Ugly Christmas Sweater Day.
Yeah.
Girls talk, boys
I
talk.
don't know if y'all can see this one, but
Mine makes noise.
Yeah. And
Makes
this,
no-
Mine don't make
Hilarious.
noise.
well, mine has a hood, but I'm kind of embarrassed to.
It's so cute.
I love it.
Yes, it makes noise.
It's a little
Makes
helper.
noise when you walk or talk.
Yeah, for those that are
Yeah.
listening, the bell jingling is
off a hood.
Christy's hoodie.
It's a hood.
City.
So we're gonna put that hood down
it's okay.
I love it. We gotta.
because my Follow Lala Llama green sweater with a llama on front is embarrassing enough.
It's cute.
So
Goodness
thank
In
you,
our spirits.
thank you, thank you.
We're in the Christmas spirit because the Cowboys also play on Christmas. But
Yay.
before we get into that matchup, Cowboys Commanders, we got to talk a little bit about that shoddy press conference yesterday. Some good things we heard to kind of clarify. Of course, the injury updates were always good to hear. He did clear up that Quentin Williams injury. He said that he got through, of course, the concussion protocol, and then Friday, I guess he needed some moving around to kind of check out if he was okay. Neck got sore, and then, of course, with a short week, didn't want to risk it. But then Ryan Flanoy as well, they avoided a major injury there with his knee, so
I was happy
that's great.
about that.
That's great to hear. DeMarvion Overshown, not so good for him. He is probably not going to be playing. He said they'll be holding their breath if they expect him to play, especially on a short week. So, some good, some bad there. But I think the biggest takeaway from that press conference, I feel like we should, talk a little bit about this. Matt Eberflus, he was asked about, the adjustment, so to speak, with Matt Eberflus, and said that, they fired a lot of blitzes, just weren't getting home. Of course, when it comes to affecting the quarterback, he wishes that it was just about the linemen, but it's about the coverage as well. Of course, when you're not getting home, when they weren't getting home, sometimes the coverage was good on the back end and vice versa. Ladies, just talk about that. Did y'all kind of see that a little bit on the film when y'all took a look back, Aisha?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of speaks to some of the things we've been talking about with the miscommunication and guys not being on the same page, the pass rush not matching the coverage and things like that. And so I think, Shoddy is just kind of reiterating things that we've talked about here, ladies. What did you think, Christy?
Yeah, I agree. Talked about things going well operationally in terms of Flus moving upstairs. That wasn't going to be an issue because you called directly down from the booth, do the play call. But I think Shoddy was very frank. We have to be better. We have the personnel and we have the scheme, but lacking the execution and no pressure on the quarterback. So, stating the obvious is basically what we were saying as well. But and then the very last question, Babe Loffenberg asked about the long pass given up to McConkey of the Chargers and what happened there, and basically responsibilities in the cover two shifted when the receiver went in motion. And Trayvon took the flat, needed to get deeper and didn't. And then so what happened was you can say, oh, you play cover two, or oh, you're playing cover one, or you have a play call. But the reason why teams' offenses go in motion and switch things up is to challenge you to because your responsibilities change depending on what the offense is doing, and not recognized, not communicated. Well, anyway, it was they motioned, so they didn't get the jam off the line. Should Trayvon have gone deeper? Yes, but it also affected what Malik was doing. It also affected what I'm sorry, not Malik Hooker and what Logan Wilson was doing. And so, you cannot let McConkey stay wide, get a free release, and go deep. And all of those things happened.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, you guys both said it right on the tee. Like, we've been talking about it all season about, is it scheme? Is it personnel? Feels like a little bit of both. And like you said, it's kind of like the obvious. They're not executing. It doesn't matter what you want to see more blitzing. It was like, here you go. Well, this is what you get. They're not executing. They're not, like you said, they're not communicating. They're not getting home. It's the same story, and it's kind of like with the Eberflus situation on what happens next year. I think that's the frustration, is like, how do you fix it? Because even Shotty doesn't have the answers, and we're almost done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that there's. I mean, it's like you look at defenses. Like I hate to talk about it because we have to look at them. But you look at like a Philadelphia who brings in a new D coordinator about midway through the season last year. Like, it took them some time to get their new system, and so you can look at them and see like, okay, they're still trying to get it, but the difference is that they had the talent in those spots to kind of overshadow the fact that the scheme was kind of trying to get its legs under it and everything. And so for me, I feel like there's such a disconnect with the scheme fitting your personnel. Obviously the telephone game with the, hey, are y'all getting what I'm telling y'all and translating it to the field? And then also to just the miscommunications, it feels like so much to fix. And I don't know if you ladies feel like that, but it does. It feels like a lot to fix in an off season, especially with, knowing kind of what your offensive side of the ball is. It's like, all right, well, how are we going to not only drafting the right players, not only bringing in the right free agents, not only, it seems like a lot. Does it seem like a lot?
I think the, like what you just said reminds me of what the analysts were kind of breaking down about when we were Cowboys were going to the Vikings. They were like, I think this is going to be the best defense that they see all season. They're like, not Philly. No, I think Philly has the best talent, but I think this is going to be the hardest scheme that they see. And I think that's like going to your point. You got the talent, you got the coaches who can scheme. When you don't have either that seem to mesh, it's kind of like you're at the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
And you have to have absolute buy-in from every single player.
Yep.
And it felt like
I'm not sure that every single player.
Very fair.
There's that.
And the film tells you that.
Yes.
And the film tells you that, and some of the decision making and
you have to recognize it, and you have to respect the scheme. You have to respect your responsibilities. And when you don't, that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well.
Yeah. On that note, I feel like we've been talking about it all season long. Is it personnel? Is it scheme? Whatever they do decide to do, they've got to figure it out quickly after the season is over with, and not wait till too late in the off season to kind of, start implementing the scheme and finding the personnel to figure that out for next year. But I want to switch to the offensive side of the ball because Shotty also talking about Tyler Smith. Of course, he did say post game, but he reiterated that Tyler Smith at left tackle is the best chance for this team to win and have success offensively. We touched on it a little bit, but not in depth. I want to talk about the left tackle position because it feels like, Tyler Guyton also obviously making those strides this year, but injuries have been the issue with Tyler Guyton. Do you feel like, obviously he played, right tackle in college. Do you feel like he's a better right tackle or could be a better right tackle for this team? Or do you go and draft a right tackle and then just hope for the best because you don't know if you're going to keep Terrence Steele? So do you, obviously want to keep Tyler Smith at left tackle, all these Tylers, Tyler Smith at left tackle, push, Tyler Guyton out at right tackle, or go and draft a right tackle and just use him as a swing tackle? What's the best chance for this Cowboys offense in the offseason?
Hey, Guyton only played 1 year right tackle.
That's what I'm about to say. We don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
My answer.
That's fair.
In college.
know.
In college.
That's fair.
We know
Didn't
that.
even start off as a tackle.
Yeah.
In college. So honestly, I think it's going to be financial in terms of making a decision at right tackle. And hey, I think that Terrence Steele becomes a little bit of a whipping boy unfairly. but he does make a lot of money. And, he has an out in his contract. He's signed through 2028. There's a potential out where he would be $9.3 million against the dead money against the cap. Now, I say be careful throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because the one thing you can count on with Terrence Steele is availability.
Yeah.
And you know exactly what you have in Terrence Steele. And if you move somebody over to a position and you're not sure, and it's someone like Tyler Guyton, I really like Tyler Guyton. I think he's going to have a good future in this league. But availability has been an issue thus far in his first couple years. So, do I like Tyler Smith at left tackle? Heck yes. But he's paid as a guard. And if he's going to be moved to left tackle, wouldn't it be reasonable that they would want more money? That Tyler and his camp would want more money? So this decision goes beyond X's and O's. This is financial, and it impacts everything on the roster. You want Pickens signed? So do I. You want Javonte re-signed? Are you signed?
So do you.
Heck yeah, I sure do. Where's it going to come from?
That's fair. Hey, by the way, we're taking calls. 1-888-855-2297. Call us, beat us if you want to reach us. 1-888-855-2297. All right, go ahead, Aisha.
I mean, to piggyback on what Christy has said, the left tackle position has been, I can say myself, someone that studied Nate Thomas, I have been somewhat disappointed in his output. And I think that Dallas, we saw Dallas sent Austin Richards to the Saints. Yeah. They had enough faith in Nate Thomas to where they thought they sent a 4th round pick to the Saints. And that's kind of a part of evaluating. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. Maybe Nate Thomas needs a little bit more time to, develop in that spot. This is his first year.
Absolutely.
It's his first year
and you
at
put
the
him
position.
at guard as a rookie.
Yeah, you put him at guard as a rookie, then you're kicking back out the tackle. Whatever you decide to do, hey, find some stability. Let people find a home, wherever that home might be. And so in regard to the right tackle spot, if Dallas is not going to, I agree with Christy, is like when you start looking at Terrence Steele, I think that he does get a lot of flack for some of the stuff that happens over there at times. Sometimes he can be a little too slow off the line, not aggressive enough with his hands. And run blocking, we know what he brings. So it's give and take with him. And so I wonder how, to you ladies' point, how they evaluate that spot. I think that they still should be trying to look for another right tackle. Now, they do have Cornelius, who is the rookie that was, drafted this past year. I don't know if they feel like, granted, he's a late round pick, not expecting for him to just, turn into, but Terrence was undrafted. So maybe they see something there in him. This is important, but with Guyton, I think the biggest point that you ladies make is the availability and to put so much on, not only, him switching sides, and then also, too, having to stay healthy, having to change really a lot of his technique, a lot of what he normally does, the hands he strikes with, all those things. So I feel like that the right tackle position, y'all, like that's gonna have like a flashing light on it this offseason, more than we've seen.
The Tyler Smith thing, like I really am interested to kind of see the analyst of the games and the film break it down, because what I'm hearing is seeing him there for one game isn't enough to say like this is where the team needs to go. And I think it's very clear it's a luxury that you can put him there and he can play above average of anything else that this team has. But really, if you look across the league, he would be considered like an above average left tackle.
For sure.
But when you're talking about elite
at guard, he's
at what he does, and the way someone explained it to me yesterday was a basketball analogy about playing the post at defense and then asking that guy to go play perimeter at defense, and that's what you're doing and that really kind of opened it for me, because I could play one of those. I'm not going to be much help down the post, right? So that kind of opened it up too. But yeah, only 2 games left. The offenses on the other side aren't really, we're going to talk about it soon, but they're not really producing. I don't know if that for overall. I don't know if that even we're just talking about the going on both sides. like what defenses you're getting. I mean, these aren't great teams that you're finishing out with. Like these are the games that were supposed to be easy for the Cowboys if they could just handle what was coming the last 2 weeks. So I also think when we're just evaluating players, offense and defense, it's kind of like you got to consider that as well.
Yeah. And just one last thing regarding the evaluation is remember you have a fresh set of eyes this year and a new coach, Connor Riley, who came in from Kansas State. And so when you have fresh eyes come in, you know, you don't have all the baggage, I think, some of the history, and it can just kind of be a clean slate, right? So he came in fresh. Now he has a year of evaluation. Ramon Chin-Young, who's the assistant offensive line coach, had carried over from the previous couple of seasons. So you've got a little bit of a balance there. But I think it's going to be very interesting personnel meetings early in the off season.
Let me ask you something. Tyler Guyton's missed 5 games this year. Played 382 snaps. When you look at what he did show on film, how would you evaluate the way that Tyler Guyton has played and taken that next step from his rookie season, and what is something that you need to see a little bit more from him, obviously, when he gets healthy and in this offseason?
I mean, he's improved. He's definitely improved. I think the one thing that about him is, last year was like countering to the counters when he's going up against some of those more skilled pass rushers that have, a few more things in the toolbox, how he adjusts in rep. A lot of the time, like maybe he will win the top of the rep, but then he's losing in the middle of the rep. Can he recover and still win that rep? You see Tyler Smith do that very well, is when he just keeps fighting through the rep. I think his temperament has improved when it comes to his attitude, and we got to see a little bit more nasty from him in the run game, which is not what he was really known for coming into coming to the Cowboys. He was known for the pass protection. As far as his pass protection, I think that his hand technique has improved and the strength that he plays with has improved. Now, what I think I'm looking for him is consistency. Yeah. And again, it's kind of understated what consistency is. We talk about guys like, remember Zach Martin. If you saw a hold from him, you was like, what? That's inconsistent. That ain't how he get down. It takes time to build that. Yeah. And so I'm kind of like in an in-between place where I'm like, okay, I see you getting better here, but you still opening up your hips too wide right here when you got to deal with those speed rushers coming off the edge. And so I think he's still getting the timing of things, but all of those things you get better with reps. Yeah. So a lot of it is he missed a lot of camp. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where you start seeing some of, like, him not being able to get in a rhythm and be consistent, is because he hasn't consistently practiced. He hasn't consistently played. He hasn't, like, built up those calluses yet. So that's going to be my biggest thing from him, is seeing what his availability is, because I do see improvement as a player playing that position, from year 1 to year 2, for sure.
For sure. And remember, year 1, third most penalties in the league was such a problem. And obviously cut down on that. You said it was just over 300, almost 400 snaps.
Yeah, he's had some penalties.
Last year he had 670 snaps. Yeah. You get about 1,150 snaps on offense in a season. So basically in his first 2 years, he's going to play the equivalent snap count-wise of a season. Yeah. All right? So, but, I mean, it's certainly more than enough of a sample size. But, yeah, mainly cutting down on the penalties.
Yeah, because they be hurting in the red zone. Brother, don't panic, brother. Come on. Like, and that happens with tackles. Sometimes you get beat off the line and you just grab.
Yeah, and it was so much better this year than as a rookie. So.
It's the panic.
But remember last year, if Chuma Edoga had not hurt his toe in training camp, then Edoga would have probably started the season at left tackle. And then when Edoga came back late in the season, he took Tyler's job back. So anyway, I don't know.
What you think? The basketball analogy. Was I love that. Good way
That's
to put
really
it
good
for people.
Yeah, it
to
actually
the Tyler thing.
made it much more clear for me, anyways, non-analyst point of view.
Screaming. All right, we're going to take our first break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. Up next, we're going to start diving into this Cowboys-Washington Commanders matchup. Are y'all ready for this?
We're ready.
Okay. No. I need y'all to try it a little
Are they ready?
Are y'all ready?
Question.
Wake up! You're welcome. All right, we're going to take our first break here on Girls Talk Boys Talk.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Heck of a win, fellas.
Coach, the Cowboys beat us by 30 points.
No, I'm talking about my dog. He started eating fresh food from the farmer's dog and has lost 7 pounds.
Your senior dog with joint issues?
That's right, Steven. The pre-portioned meals of real meat and veggies help keep him lean, active, and feeling like a puppy again.
That's incredible. But what about the game?
The Cowboys smoked us. Hit the field, run some sprints.
Get 50% off your first box of the official pet food of the Dallas Cowboys. Only at thefarmersdog.com/Cowboys.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Capture frame-worthy holiday photos with Santa at the Star, presented by Monument Realty. Santa will be spreading holiday cheer all the way through Christmas Eve. For more information and to book your visit, head to thestardistrict.com/Santa.
All right, welcome back into Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison, and as promised, we are taking callers 1-888-855-2297, but we do have a caller, our favorite. Yay. Oh, no. Billy out of Fort Worth, what do you have for us? Good morning.
Hello. You ladies miss me?
No. We don't.
We did.
We don't. We're joking.
I know y'all remember. What was that when I called up here? Was it like week 1? Everybody called me crazy.
We supposed to be
y'all call me diabolical.
It's supposed to be Christmas. Like
supposed to be in the Christmas spirit. It's supposed to be joyous.
I'm in the Christmas spirit. And I'm like, you ladies should be happy. Because now you all, what, y'all got 2 more weeks left of doing this, waking up early and doing this? You all should be happy. Y'all should be planning out y'all vacations.
No, we want to be doing this all the way through February.
Thank you.
That's great.
Oh, no. It's best to get this over with right now. Even if they made sure to play off the first round exit.
I'm done. Billy,
So why waste
just tell us,
your
man.
time?
They're going to win these last 2 games.
Right.
I'll give them these last 2 games, these little trash can games.
Ooh.
Whoa.
But if I was them, I'll be trying to tank to get a better spot in the draft.
Are you okay this morning?
He sounds so
I'm
angry
great.
today.
He actually sounds happy.
No. Now, I will say this, and I'm going to say it again. You ladies need a raise. You all come on here every week and sell. I even believe sometimes that these boys got a chance at winning.
Oh, my
Every
God.
week. Every week. And they come out and wet the bed. Every time. So you ladies need a raise for that.
It's too early for this.
I know, he's so angry.
I don't know. All right. Well, we appreciate you.
I appreciate you all. Merry Christmas to you all.
I ain't hating good enough.
He said Merry Christmas.
You hear me?
okay?
I ain't hating good enough because to call before Christmas and say I told you so
Crazy work.
is like,
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
that's villainous.
Chris! No, that wasn't.
Oh, my God.
If we don't get no calls, Billy gonna call us and tell us you was wrong.
Yeah.
Great.
That happens all the time.
Thank you for complimenting us.
We appreciate it.
No, we really do appreciate you calling, Billy. We really do. We do.
Just know
Come
he's
on
locked
now.
in.
Come on now.
We do appreciate you, Billy. We appreciate it. The animated spirit, all that great things. All right. Cowboys, Commanders, it's time to break it all down. It seems like they're having some issues themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry. My bad.
Wow,
I
you
didn't
talk
say
about
that.
lump of coal, man.
Yeah, my bad.
That's been a bad season.
Yeah, it has been. Marcus Mariota, of course, their backup quarterback to Jaden Daniels, left the game versus Philly with his throwing hand being stepped on. So right now they are not sure if he is a go for Thursday. And per Dan Quinn, he is day-to-day. So, hello, Josh Johnson, who was 5 of 9 for 43 yards and an interception. And Christy Scales will give us a little background for that. But they also signed somebody. Hello, their backup third-string quarterback from 2024, Jeff Driscoll, on Monday. So, what?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Josh Johnson will
It's a lot
be the
going on.
starter,
Listen,
and Driscoll will be the
They
backup.
reaching real deep.
Listen,
They got him
Josh
back
Johnson
from Arizona.
I ain't heard Johnson, Driscoll, and Phillip Rivers play last night. What decade?
And
Well, let me tell you, with Josh Johnson, it's a flashback because the guy's been in the league for 16 years. He holds the NFL record for most teams played for. So he has played for 14 teams. You guys tell me a team, and I'll tell you whether or not he played for that team. Okay? So just throw out, we know obviously Washington.
Bears.
All right? The Bear. Actually, that's one of the teams he has not played for.
Oh,
Ding, ding,
good.
ding.
Oh,
Good job. All right.
What about you, Bree?
All right, Bree, just name a team.
Cardinals.
Has not played for the Cardinals.
Hey, it's going to be me, ain't it?
Dang, 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 dang.
All right, who you got?
right.
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Yes, but they were in Oakland. Okay, so here's the thing. He was drafted in 2009 in the 5th round by Tampa Bay. So actually, most of his starts, he's only started 9 games in 16 years. But here's the thing. Most of his starts came early in his career. But I'm going to put this in perspective. We have very loyal Cowboy fans who watch this show and listen to the show. Tell me the first-round draft pick or even the second-round draft pick for the Cowboys in 2009 when Josh Johnson was drafted.
In 2009?
Chris?
Hold on, wait.
Chris, can
Look
you
in the
name me a
chat.
first or second round pick for the Cowboys in 2009 when Josh Johnson was drafted into the NFL? You cannot, because we did not have a first or second round pick. Because we had traded our first round pick for Roy Williams, the wide receiver.
Drum roll.
To Detroit, and then we had traded our second round pick. We traded back in the draft, so that was the draft where we had started in the 3rd round, and none of the guys had any. David Beeler, that was the David Beeler draft in the 5th round, but that's how long Josh Johnson has been in the league. He's played for Tampa, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indy, Buffalo, the Giants, Houston, Oakland, Washington back in 2018. Detroit, San Francisco twice, the Jets, Baltimore, San Francisco again, so that was the 3rd time. Denver, San Francisco again for the 4th time, Baltimore a 2nd time, and then now Washington a 2nd time. Oh, and don't forget the San Diego Fleet of the Alliance of American Football and the XFL's Los Angeles Wildcats. But it does show the value that a guy can stick around in the league for 16 years as a backup quarterback, because he can come in, learn a system quickly, and get you through a game, and we'll see if he can get him through Thursday.
Who is agent? Baby, that agent working
Literally.
overtime. You heard me?
That's a nice little over $1 million a year just to chill.
Must be nice.
And it's crazy because we say that like, just a little man, like,
I think we'd love. Yeah, hey, that sounds like a great life to me.
That's what I'm
Get to
saying.
travel all over the
Christy
country.
liked the 2009 draft because we drafted her favorite Aggie, Stephen
We
McGee.
did Stephen McGee. We drafted Stephen McGee, David Beeler. Let's see, Jason Williams we drafted in the 3rd round. I actually got it here. Jason Williams, Robert Brewster, Stephen McGee, Victor Butler, Brandon Williams, D'Angelo Smith, Michael Hamlin, David Beeler, Stephen Hodge, John Phillips had a good career, tight end, Mike Mickens, and Manuel Johnson. So but truly the most forgettable draft in Cowboys history, 2009.
Hey, ask Christy if you want to.
We drafted for special teams.
We drafted for special teams that year because we
thought we were
had
so
given our
good.
draft away for Roy Williams.
ain't that what happened in 2023?
What?
It's not my business.
Okay.
All right.
Still talking about this Washington offense. When you look at what is happening over there offensively, you look at total yards per game. They're 20th in the NFL. Rushing yards per game. They are 4th, though. Hello. 7th in rushing yards per play. 2nd in red zone, which is obviously big Achilles heel for the Cowboys, who ranks 30th in red zone, allowing over 70% of their opponents' touchdowns to be converted. So talk about, what version of the Cowboys that you've seen must show up against Washington.
Well, they running the ball like that because they can't pass the ball.
Yeah, the vertical game is very stagnant.
They one dimensional because they ain't got no more dimensions. So Dallas is just gonna have to. We've seen them struggle playing the pass, so they're just gonna have to be sound against the run and make them have to pass. Now we'll see if they are able to do that. But that's really the gist of it is that they're running the ball a lot because they got to.
Yeah.
They get in the red zone, they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels only played 7 games this year. And, of course, he did play against the Cowboys back in October, but suffered the hamstring injury in the second half. And so that sidelined him for a couple games. And then, of course, what sidelined him now is the dislocated left elbow. But what's killed Washington this year, what they were so great at last year, was taking the ball away. And this year it has flipped the script, and they have 21 giveaways and only 9 takeaways. So like the Cowboys, their issue is their defense isn't getting the catalytic plays, not generating the turnovers, but they are giving the ball away. So this is one, we haven't talked about turnover battle too much in the past month or so, but this is going to be one of those games where Cowboys need to get one this week because they've been generous. The Vikings had given the ball away so much, especially with the interceptions, and Cowboys weren't able to do anything with that. And but they need to take advantage on this one.
Yeah, this offense is very, like I said, stagnant. Especially, they haven't been able to figure things out without Jay Daniels. When you're talking about their vertical game, I'm more interested to kind of see, like, we know Schottenheimer. We want to win. Commanders want to win. Anytime these two teams play each other, regardless of what's at stake, it's always. I'm going back to last year when we were in Washington. It was a crazy game. Like, it was. Everyone, how I always say, I go down 5 minutes left. It kept changing while I was in that. Like, it was just a crazy special team. I think. For some reason, I forgot Wanye had like a crazy play that game.
I think McCarthy got mad about that one. Remember, they were up.
Yes,
he ran it back for a touchdown.
Yeah. It was like chaotic.
The onside kick.
There we go.
He should have. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was happy. Yeah. Washington was trying to rally.
Please.
But my point is, this is a team who's averaging 4.7 yards per carry. Everything they have to offer offensively is in their run game. I was listening to kind of the post game of when they played the Eagles. Like, that game was almost making us feel like, the Eagles were going to fall to that one until they didn't, obviously. But the point is I don't think it matters if you have who you have under center with that team, or, we're talking about kind of making fun of how many times Josh Johnson has been on different teams. If the energy is there and you're going against and you want to win, I still feel like it's going to be some type of a dogfight out there. It's going to be more competitive than what people might imagine. And it sucks that we're talking about two teams who in 2 weeks are going to be done playing football for the rest of the season. So obviously there's no high stakes, but I think the energy, especially Christmas, prime time, Dak is talking about how he lives to play for these Thursday games. He's going to give it all. And if you're not out there giving it your all, then why are you playing the game? So I think it's going to be a very intense, but definitely a depleted offense. And was Chrissy mentioning they lost kind of their identity on defense too, but they're very banged up on that D line, like horrendously. They just lost their right guard, I believe.
Yeah, Cosme. They put Cosme on IR yesterday.
That's how they run. A lot of the pull game for their run game goes through him. So this should be. This should be a game that the Cowboys can take over. But honestly, I don't go into any match anymore like the Cowboys are gonna, handle it.
Yeah,
I
they,
feel like
they hit on big plays. The Cowboys did in that win in October. That was the one where CD had the 74-yard touchdown. Bland had the 68-yard pick six. So, the score got lopsided there. Ferguson had a couple of touchdowns in that game. Wouldn't that be nice to get tight ends back involved this week, particularly in the red zone? So, but that was also the game in which Deron Payne, I can't remember the other lineman that they got Javonte in the end zone for a safety. So that was early in the game. So they can. You mentioned about them being banged up along the line of scrimmage, but that's usually their calling card, and they showed it early in that game in October, and then it got away from them with giving up some of the big plays.
What I hope we don't see is explosive plays. I'm gonna have to take a break because this is not a team who is putting up explosive plays. McLaurin's 40-yard was the explosive play last week, and they have been talking about it, you guys, since it happened because it just doesn't happen over there. We get those once, twice a game because we have somebody named CeeDee Lamb and Pickens, right? Like, that doesn't happen over there. So that's what I'm looking at. Like, not only are they in the bottom of the barrels of desperate of who's playing quarterback, but they don't have that. That's what they've been lacking. So if they come out here and get explosive play, somebody can go back on the plane. Somebody got to answer some very tough questions.
You're gonna tell the pilot.
Like, that is the one thing. I don't care what happens. We want to see clean football, but if that's what we see, it's tough.
But see, that's the thing, though. That I think they're a team that, they run the football, but they're not going to stop passing the football. Like, they're still going to try to go for those deep shots and things like that, get their receivers involved. But one thing that, you're bringing back a Jeff Driscoll who has been in the system. I feel like it's one of those things where you're going to possibly get some unscouted looks, potentially. I don't know. Potentially, if he is the starter. You just never know what you're going to get when you have a quarterback who you have not seen, especially with a defense that is still trying to figure some things out, also depleted as well. So I think that could be a potential struggle there as well. Do you think so?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I agree, period, about like what Bree was saying is like, you got coaches also, too, that are in a spot. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Eberflus on this side. You're talking about on that side of things. Joe Witt Jr. has come under a lot of fire on that side. Obviously, Cliff Kingsbury is going through a lot with all their offensive changes. We talk about the pride of the players. These coaches also, too, are trying to put themselves in position to where if they're cutting ties that they have put together, they show that they can inspire the team. You ladies mentioned Ferguson. I think it's going to be important. Bobby Wagner has been – it's so weird seeing him, like, in the middle of that defense. He plays the run very efficiently, but he is a little like a tick slower in the pass. Is Dallas going to try to attack their linebackers? And that's something that they did before. Frankie Louvu, I think, can give you some issues with some of his blitzing and stuff. Dallas has had some trouble in some of those blitz pickups. He's a guy that's very tenacious, and now he comes downhill. So he's someone that I'm kind of worried about, I guess, because he can be, what do you call him, catalytic in that sense. As far as the Commanders' offense goes, I agree with Bree. I would expect for them, they've seen other teams have explosive plays on you. They're going to try to have some explosive plays. And Josh Johnson, if he does start, don't get me wrong, like, if I'm not mistaken, his calling card was being the athlete that he was, and he is an older guy, but he is one of those guys that can game. He's going to make some choices. He's going to do some stuff, but if they go out there wanting to sling the ball around because they feel like your secondary can't cover, I agree with you, Bree. That's not something I would be surprised by, especially if Dallas, comes out and scores. They're going to feel the pressure to just they want to run the ball, but they can't just keep sticking to that. They are going to try to get some plays over the top. And Deebo Samuel, Dallas has had trouble tackling. They got killed last week in tackling. This is a guy that can break a lot of tackles, has yak ability. So I wholeheartedly think that these guys going to come out and play hard. And it's on Netflix, ain't it?
Yeah, that part.
It's on the Flicks. The Netflix. Oh, yeah.
We got to take our second break here on Girls Talk Boys Talk. We'll be right back to wrap up the show. Up next.
Heck of a win, fellas.
Coach, the Cowboys beat us by 30 points.
No, I'm talking about my dog. He started eating fresh food from the farmer's dog and has lost 7 pounds.
Your senior dog with joint issues?
That's right, Steven. The pre-portioned meals of real meat and veggies help keep him lean, active, and feeling like a puppy again.
That's incredible. But what about the game?
The Cowboys smoked us. Hit the field, run some sprints.
Get 50% off your first box of the official pet food of the Dallas Cowboys. Only at thefarmersdog.com/Cowboys.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Get in the game this holiday season with Dallas Cowboys youth football camps presented by Invisalign. Athletes ages 6 to 16 take the holiday hustle to football camps on December 23rd and 27th. Spend your holiday break learning from the best. Visit DallasCowboys.com/camps to learn more.
All right, welcome back into Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison, and it's Christmas, so y'all know we got to bring the Christmas stories. So, Christy, what's your favorite?
Well, this will be the 6th time the Cowboys have played on Christmas, and our producer, Chris Beam, and I have, this will be our 5th one of those 6, but the one I remember most is 1995. That was the Cowboys' last Super Bowl season, and we're playing the Cardinals actually they're in Tempe, outdoors at Sun Devil Stadium. They had a real good wide receiver named Rob Moore, number 85. And it's early in pregame warm-ups, and he's already in full uniform out there going through all of this stuff, and it's like very impressive. No wonder he's having such a good year. And there's cameras following him around, and don't think too much about it. And then it get a little later in pregame, and some of the other teammates are coming out, and all of a sudden I look, and there's 2 number 85s out there. It's like, well, no wonder Rob Moore is so good. There are 2 of him out there. I look a little bit more closely because the cameras, again, are following this first 85 who's out there, and look more closely, and on the back of his jersey, it does not say Moore. It says Tidwell. I do not have him on this roster. Who is Tidwell?
Glasses came on.
There is no Tidwell on the roster because he's fictional, and it was not a guy named Tidwell. It was actor Cuba Gooding Jr., and they were filming Jerry Maguire. And look, and so they're like, Tom Cruise is in the building. Tom Cruise is at the stadium today. They had Jay Moore, the blonde-headed actor who plays like the mean agent in Jerry Maguire. That's the Tom Cruise movie. Show me the money. Anyway, Lee Steinberg was there. They were doing cameos with him. But if you go back and watch the Jerry Maguire movie where Tidwell's going through all the stuff and they have the cutaways to the Cowboy players and all the like, that was filmed Christmas Day, 1995. And it's like, who in the heck is Tidwell?
That's crazy. They would do it on game day. Like,
They didn't tell y'all there was. Is that normal for them to not tell you that they're filming a movie or something just to keep people
we were
chill?
we were the visiting team.
Oh, okay, so
and also you're not going to say, "Hey, blinking lights, Tom Cruise is here."
yeah, that's
I mean, it's kind of, but that's my favorite. And then one other thing about this game, Bobby Wagner, I know when we played in October, and Nicole mentioned him just a minute ago, the future Hall of Fame linebacker, did something really cool this last week. Guy who's, 32 years old, been in the league 14 years. He just finished his course requirements for an MBA because you're never too old to learn. From Howard University there. HU. There we go. So, of course, Bobby's been in Washington, right, the last couple years, most of his career in Seattle, but businessman already with some business investments, including the WNBA's Seattle Storm, but taking advantage of opportunities there in Washington, D.C., education-wise. Howard University, most of his stuff was online, but he did have to do some in-person campus stuff there. So congratulations, Bobby. He's he'll walk. He'll do the actual ceremony in the spring, but he's finished with his MBA as of last week.
That's pretty dope. Howard has one of the best business schools as well in the country. They have a lot of other schools as well.
I love seeing players
and some very distinguished alumni.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Stephon Gilmore as well got his. He went back to school and graduated, got his master's from South Carolina. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. Shout out to the players going back, getting their degrees and also elevating themselves. Love that. All right, before we go, you're gonna hate me.
Yep. Oh God.
Score predictions. We haven't done that in a minute.
Dang.
Yep.
So many unpredictable things this week.
Or we can
in terms of playing.
Not score predictions. Let's do a bold statement. A bold prediction.
Statement?
Yeah, let's do
okay.
Let's
okay.
do that. Let's do that.
Okay. You start then.
Barnacles.
All right. You in favor?
I think that they're going to have 2 turnovers. They're going to force 2 turnovers, which ain't been happening.
That would be a Christmas miracle.
But my spirit is telling me that they're going to force some turnovers. 2. I'm going to say 2. Yeah. Billy.
I'm going Kavontae Turpin returns for a touchdown.
He had that one big one where he kind of missed, and then he went and picked the ball back up and stuff against Washington, right?
Yep. Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to
say
that.
Look at
She's over it.
She got that pessimist spirit in her.
Nah, I'm gonna be cool. Thank
you.
I will say the Commanders will only score 1 touchdown.
Oh wow.
Okay. They might do some
what's your score
kicks.
prediction?
There'll be a lot of kicks. There'll be a lot of kicks. I don't think they get. I think they'll get. I'm giving them 13.
Okay. See, I was going to say 27-13, so I'm going to go with you. That'll be my bowl. I'm Cowboys 27-13.
Okay. All right. That's our bold predictions. We're going to run the tape next week to see who got those.
God.
Yep, we are. All right, that's a wrap for today's show. Merry Christmas, everybody who's watching. Also, Cowboys Nation as a whole. We hope you all enjoy your time with your families. But that's a wrap for today's show. For Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison, I'm Nicole Hutchison. We'll see y'all back here next week.
Christmas.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!